Hello students, welcome to another session of online class. Today we are discussing about linear systems, and if a random process is given as an input for a linear system, what happens to its output. So moving on to our objective, we have as usual revision, and we will discuss about what is a linear system and mean of output if an input random signal is given to a linear system, and cross correlation between input and output, also autocorrelation of output, and we will consider noise as an example for example problem. Now what we have studied is the Fourier transform of capital X of a signal xt of t is given by minus infinity to infinity xt of t raised to minus j omega t dt, and inverse Fourier transform is given by multiplying the frequency domain function with e raised to plus j omega t with integrating with respect to d omega. So this is frequency domain, this is time domain representation. So similarly, we have also studied about power spectral density PST Sx of omega, which is a function of frequency. So this is in frequency domain. So which is limit t tends to infinity 1 by t, expectation of capital X of t of j omega whole square. So here x is represented in bold because this is the Fourier transform of capital X of t. So what is capital X of t is a random process. Here small x of t is used, which is a signal, but capital X of t is a random process. So bold capital X of t x of j omega is the Fourier transform of that capital X of t. Now Rx of 0, the power is obtained by 1 by 2 pi minus infinity to infinity Sx of omega d omega. So from this expression Sx of omega is derived, this expression is derived. So this new term Sx of omega is power spectral density, which is always positive, and it is real, means its conjugate is the same value, means there is no imaginary part in the expression, and Sx of minus omega is equal to Sx of omega, means it is a even function. And also we have discussed about Wiener-Khinchin relation, which says that the autocorrelation function and the power spectral density are Fourier transform pairs. So power spectral density is a Fourier transform of autocorrelation, or vice versa, Rx of 2 is a inverse Fourier of Sx of omega. So this is in frequency domain, this is in time domain. And while adding, the correlation functions are added, and even the spectral density functions are also added, whereas in multiplying, the multiplication in time domain becomes the convolution in the frequency domain. So this is in frequency domain. Now also we have discussed about the cross spectral density is the Fourier transform of cross correlation function Rxy of tau. Similarly Syx of omega also derived. So these are the things we have discussed in the previous class. So today, moving to our today's topic, that is linear systems. So consider a linear system, any system for which if you give a del of t as an input, that is a impulse signal as an input, you will obtain some output, right? So that output is called h of t, which is called as impulse response of the system. The response of the system to an impulse signal is called impulse response of the system. Now why we want to give only del of t? So this h of t has some significance, physical significance. The significance is simple. This is actually the mathematical model of this linear system. Now if you give any signal x of t to this model or h of t, we will obtain some output y of t, which will be mathematically obtained by y of t as the convolution of x of t and h of t. So y of t is equal to x of t convolution h of t. So in signal science system, you have studied that the convolution integral is given by 0 to infinity h of u x of t minus u du. If the system is causal, there is no values in negative axis, so it will be 0 to infinity. You might have studied this one as minus infinity to infinity, but when the system is causal system, we consider h of t is defined only for t greater than 0. Then it will be 0 to infinity h of u x of t minus u du. And in frequency domain, this convolution becomes a product. So as we discussed earlier, in time domain product, in frequency domain convolution, vice versa, convolution in time domain is product in or multiplication in frequency domain. So y of s is the Laplace transform of y of t, x of s is the Laplace transform of x of t, and this should be h of s is the Laplace transform of h of t. So what we have so far discussed is the output for a signal. Now, instead of giving a signal, if we give a random process as a random signal as an input. So x of t is a random process. Small x of t is a signal, but capital X of t is a random signal. We don't know what is the value. We cannot predict the value at any instant of time. If it is given to the same system with the impulse response h of t, we will obtain capital Y of t also. As we have discussed earlier, capital Y of t will be the convolution integral x of t into h of t. Instead of small x, it will be capital X here. So that will be convolution integral 0 to infinity h of u x of t minus u d. Now, if this process is not a random process, we can use this expression. But since this is random process, the x of s is not defined. H of s may be defined because h of t is not a random process. H of s is defined, but x of s Laplace transform of a random process is not defined. So we have to obtain expressions without x of s. So we will move to finding the mean of the output. So our output is y of t. To find the mean of y of t, what we have to do is, let us consider x of t, the random process, which is at wide sense stationary, means it has a constant mean mu x, and x of t minus tau will be x of t only. So then for a linear system, the output mean is given by mu y is equal to expectation of y of t. So we know y of t is convolution integral of h and x. So substituting that here, 0 to infinity h of u x of t minus u du. So expectation can be taken inside because h of u is a deterministic process, so that doesn't affect or it doesn't have a mean, so we can take it outside. So expectation of x of t minus u du. Now, since it is a wide sense stationary process, the x of t minus u will be shifted version will be same. Expectation of x of t minus u will be x of t. So it is having a constant mean always. So that is why it is represented as a constant mu x. So that is why h of u expectation of x of t du, or 0 to infinity h of u mu x du. And mu x is a constant, as we discussed earlier. Mu x can be taken outside. So 0 to infinity h of u du. Now what is this integral? We have to see the term for integral 0 to infinity h of u du. Now in the previous year we have studied Laplace transform of any signal is given by h of s is equal to, for example, capital H of s is equal to 0 to infinity h of t e raised to minus st dt. Now put s is equal to 0 in this expression, so it becomes h of 0 and h of t e raised to minus st. So now minus st will be minus 0 or e raised to 0, e raised to 0 will be 1, so 0 to infinity h of t dt. So this integral is now h of 0. So we know that mu I, we derive mu I is equal to mu x into 0 to infinity h of u du. So this integral is h of 0. So we can write mu I is equal to mu x into h of 0. So this is a very important relation. The mean of output is mean of input into h of 0. Transfer function at omega equal to 0. So capital H is always called transfer function, small h is called impulse response. Now we have to find the cross correlation between input and output. So in order to find the cross correlation, we have Rxy of tau. So Rxy of tau is equal to expectation of x of t into y of t plus tau. So expectation of x of t into y of t plus tau will be the convolution integral between h and x. So h of u into, since the time index is t plus tau, so x of, instead of x of t we have x of t plus tau minus u du. H of u x of this part minus u du. So that is the convolution integral. So using that we have expectation of 0 to infinity h of u. X of t is taken inside this integral, so 0 to infinity h of u x of t plus tau minus u du. Now what is expectation? Expectation is given only for the random signals. Here the random process part is this much, so we can move that expectation operator inside. So in 0 to infinity h of u expectation of this x of t into x of t plus tau minus u t. Now expectation of a signal into its shifted version is called correlation, autocorrelation. So here t and the shifted version is tau minus u. Tau minus u shift is there, so it will be Rx of tau minus u, and the integral is h of u du. So h of u Rx minus tau minus du. So the autocorrelation, the cross correlation function between input and output is given by Rxy of tau is equal to convolution of h, that is the impulse response, and the correlation, autocorrelation of the input. So cross correlation is the convolution between system response and autocorrelation of input. So using this one we can derive the power spectral density also. The power spectral density Sxy of j omega cross power spectral density. So that is Sxy, xy means cross. So minus infinity to infinity. So Wiener-Khinchin relation says that the spectral density is the Fourier transform of cross correlation. So cross spectral density, cross correlations Fourier transform. So Rxy of tau we have derived in the previous slide, so we can substitute that one here, e raised to minus j omega tau d tau. Now h of u is not a variable when we consider as a tau as a variable. H of u is a constant, so it can be taken outside. So what you have is Rx of tau minus u e raised to minus j omega tau d tau is the inner integral. So we have shifted the integral here, swapped the integral between u and tau. Earlier u was inside, tau was out, d tau was outside. So while swapping, d tau goes inside and the u comes outside. So minus infinity to infinity Rx of tau minus u e raised to minus j omega tau d tau. Now what is the problem is this can be replaced with a single variable called v. So v is equal to tau minus u. So tau is equal to v plus u. So tau is equal to v plus u. So in this integral part, the variable is tau. So u is a constant. So d tau will be dv alone. So d tau is equal to dv. So substituting those things here, 0 to infinity h of u. So h of u comes as h of u, minus infinity to infinity Rx of tau minus u is substituted as v, and e raised to minus tau is substituted as v plus u, and d tau is substituted as dv du. Now e raised to a plus b is e raised to a into e raised to b. So using that principle, e raised to minus j omega v into e raised to minus j omega u comes here. Now for this integral, dv is the variable, so e raised to minus j omega u will be a variable. So it can it is a constant for v, while consider v as a variable. So it can be taken and given to the outer integral. So outer integral is 0 to infinity h of u e raised to minus j omega u, and inner integral is Rx of v e raised to minus j omega v dv. Now what is this is actually Fourier transform of h, small h. So it will be capital H of j omega, and this we have seen the Fourier transform of autocorrelation is nothing but power spectral density Sx of omega. So h of j omega into Sx of omega will be Sxy of j omega. We have to remember the point, Sxy is a function of j omega, whereas Sx is a function of omega alone. This is about the cross correlation between input and output. Now for the output alone we have to see the autocorrelation. So for autocorrelation, Ry of tau is obtained by the expectation of multiplying y of t with y of t plus. So both the functions are same only, that's why autocorrelation, y of t into time shifted version of y of t, that is y of t plus tau. Now expectation of y of t is a convolution between h and x of t minus u, and this is the convolution between h and x of t plus tau minus v. So I am using different variable here u, here v is used because both are y only, but to differentiate between both we have to use different variables here. One is u, another one is v. So that is expectation of, I can move this integral x of t minus u and x of t plus tau minus v together, so that it becomes a double integral. So 0 to infinity h of u is outside this one, so h of u into 0 to infinity h of v into x of t minus u and x of t plus tau minus v dv, and remaining is dv. So this is one integral together, inner integral, and integral of that into h of u into du is a outer integral. Now the expectation operator is applied for the entire thing. Now we can shift that expectation operator inside, because h of u and h of v are constants when we consider random process. So this is expectation of only for the random process x of t minus u, x of t plus tau minus v dv du. Now we have to obtain an expression for this one. So this can be written as rx of tau plus u minus v. So how it can be obtained? See here. So we have expectation of x of t is x of t minus v. Expectation of x of t into time shifted version is rx of that shift, that is v here. So here you have it should be plus actually. Here you have x of t into t plus tau minus v. So the shift is tau minus v, so it is rx of tau minus v. So what we have to obtain is for x of t minus u, t plus t minus v. But in this case it is a single variable. Here also it is a single variable, but here you have two variables. So we will replace it with a new variable called t1. So t1 is equal to t minus u. Now from this one, t1 is equal t is equal to t1 plus u. So if you add these two, you will get t. So t is equal to t1 plus u. So in this entire expression we will substitute instead of t we have t minus u, we have t1, and instead of t plus tau minus v we have t1 plus u plus tau minus v. So it is like x of t1, we have x of t1, that is a single variable, and that variable plus something. So this is the shift. So it will be rx of that shift, that is nothing but tau plus u minus v. So this we can substitute here. Instead of this one we can substitute rx of tau plus u minus v d. So ry of tau is actually a double integral h of u into h of v, the autocorrelation with the shift of u minus v or minus of u plus v dv du. So this is the autocorrelation. Now what we want is the power spectral density of output. So the power spectral density can be obtained as the Wiener-Khinchin relation, that is the Fourier transform of autocorrelation of output. So power spectral density of output is the Fourier transform of autocorrelation function of the output. So ry of tau is 0 to infinity. This is what we have derived. Ry of tau is equal to 0 to infinity h of u, h of v, autocorrelation of x tau plus u minus v dv du. So substitute this entire term here. So while substituting this one here, you will get minus infinity to infinity, minus infinity to infinity. Instead of ry of 2, you have 0 to infinity h of u, 0 to infinity h of v, rx of tau plus u minus v dv du. So this is substituted as the entire term into e raised to minus j omega tau d2. So d2 comes here. Now we can shift the integral minus, interchange the integral, so that this comes here with the d tau as the inner variable. So because tau is only in this term, in this u and v, we don't have a tau, so only in this one. So we can shift that integral minus infinity to infinity inside. So this entire term remains same, this h of v also remains same. Now integral minus infinity to infinity, rx of tau plus u minus v e raised to minus j omega tau d2 comes inside. So that becomes the inner integral. This much is the inner integral. Then again integrated with the h of v and dv, and finally with the u and h of u and du. So inner to outer, so that is the integrating procedure. Now here also we have the same problem what we have faced earlier, so we can replace this one with a w. So w is equal to tau plus u minus v, or tau is equal to w minus u plus v. Now d tau for the inner integral, d tau is the variable, so w depends on tau, so that is why d tau will be dw, and u and v are outside the integral, that is why their derivative will be 0, or they are constants, so d tau is equal to dw. So substituting this one here, tau plus u minus v is substituted as a w, and tau is substituted as w minus u plus v, and d tau is substituted as a dw. So this is e raised to a plus b plus c. So e raised to a into e raised to b into e raised to c. You can split into 3 exponential terms here. So if you split like that, you have 0 to infinity h of u, 0 to infinity h of v, minus infinity to infinity rx of 3 terms of exponentials into dv into d. Again in this one, e raised to j omega u is a constant, and e raised to minus j omega v is a constant when we consider w as a variable. So j omega v can come outside here with the dv, or here this portion, and j omega u can come with the du, or here. So I can write this h of u e raised to j omega u du as the outermost integral, and inside that you have h of v e raised to minus j omega v dv, and very inner part is rx of omega e raised to minus j omega dv. Now all the integrals are independent. This is only purely u, this is purely v, this is purely w. So we can write integrals separate instead of inner and multiple integrals. We can write the product of integrals since they are independent. So the first integral is with respect to u, the second integral is with respect to v, and the third integral is with respect to w. Now the first integral has a positive j omega term, so it will be Fourier transform with the minus j omega, and here it is minus, so this is a Fourier transform with the term j omega, and this is the Fourier transform of autocorrelation. Fourier transform of autocorrelation is nothing but power spectral density of x. So h of minus j omega into h of j omega is a conjugate, so they are multiplied with the conjugate of each other, so that will become the modulus of h of omega square sx of omega. So this is the relation. The power spectral density of output is a constant into power spectral density of input, and that constant is called the power filter function. So this is very important. It may be asked what is the power filter function of this function. Then what you have to find is the Fourier transform of h. If it is given, then its modulus square should be found. That is called power filter function. So this is all about our topic. So finalizing, the summary will be the mean will be h of 0 times the mean of input, and the cross correlation between input and output will be h of j omega times cross power spectral density of input. Sorry, not cross correlation, cross spectral density is h of j omega times power spectral density of input, and power spectral density of output is power filter function times the power spectral density of input. So this is about what we have studied so far. So we will do a problem so that what we have to do, we can understand. So the question is the PSD of the random process x of t and the transfer function of a network are sx of omega is 1 by omega square plus 80 square, and h of s is equal to s by s plus 9 to s plus 10,000. Find mu y sxy of j omega and sxy of j omega. Sorry, it should be sx of omega. So there is a mistake. Sxy of j omega and sx of omega should be calculated. So this is mean of output, cross spectral density, and this should be not sx, it should be s y of omega, that is power spectral density of output. These three parameters should be calculated. So given are input power spectral density and the transfer function, or the frequency domain representation of h of t, that is h of s. So the first equation we have to calculate mean, that is nothing but h of 0 into mu x. So h of 0 is, in this expression, h of s, instead of s put 0. So 0 divided by 0 plus 9 into 0 plus 10,000. So 0 divided by 0 plus 9 into 0 plus 10,000 into mu x. So when the numerator is 0, the entire expression becomes 0. So the output is 0. Next part is Sxy of j omega we have to calculate. Sxy of j omega is h of j omega into hx of omega. So in h of s, that is s divided by s plus 9 into s plus 10,000, we are substituting, instead of s we have to substitute j omega. So substituting j omega, you will get j omega divided by j omega plus 9 into j omega plus 10,000 into Sx of omega is directly given as 1 by omega square plus 80 square, that is given in the question. So multiply or simplifying, you will get j omega divided by, these are multiplied, j into j minus omega square, and this will be 9 into 9 plus 10,000, so that will be 10,000, 9 j omega plus 9 into 10,000, that will be 90,000 plus omega square plus 80 square. You can stop your final expression in this step also. Okay. So that is what the cross spectral density. Now the output power spectral density is given by h of j omega mod square into Sx of omega. So h of j omega square means h of j omega into h of minus j omega. So in you know that a plus jb into a minus jb. So they are complex conjugates of each other. One is having function of plus j, another one is a function of minus j, and its value will be, if you product them, you will get a square plus b square. Okay, so that is what we have here also. So j omega into minus j omega, so b only you have jb plus j minus jb, so you will get b square, that is omega square. A is 0 here. Here a is 9, b is omega, so you will get omega square plus 9 square. And here it is, a is 10,000, b is omega, so that is a plus, and this is conjugate, so multiplying you will get omega square into 10 raised to 8, that is 10 raised to 4 whole square, and the last term will be omega square by 80 square. So in some problems it may be given Sx of 0. If you want to find, you have to substitute here, it is omega equal to 0. So that's all about today's class about linear systems. Thank you.